We need to say what meeting we are.
This is Historical Preservation Commission meeting.
Just
Well,
read-
I don't have my,
Here.
this would be helpful,
Lower.
yeah,
Okay.
sorry. Historical Preservation Commission, regular meeting here at the Bell Building. Yes. Citizen comments. Do we have any?
And we're called in.
No one called in, good. New business, we gotta run downstairs and get our picture taken. And then we'll come right back. So we are,
So read the item as the item.
as the item?
Yes, read the
All right, the new business is the plaque projects unveiling. We're just gonna walk downstairs and do that right now. Let's go.
We go. I think that's, yes, he said once we all sat back down, he would fire us back up.
All right.
Okay, so,
Moving on to the second order of business is approval of the minutes for April 6th. Those in favor, say aye.
no, you
Aye.
Do we need to?
you need a motion to
Oh,
approve.
Motion to approve.
Please motion. That's
I
right, I'm
second.
still learning. All right,
And then Leah second.
okay, so, ready? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So, our next order of business is a certificate of appropriateness for 855 Main, the old Sonic Temple.
You read the whole thing.
Yes. So, certificate of appropriateness in the Weston District, an application by Tevin Taylor at 855 Main Street for replacement of existing third floor windows and painting of second floor windows. Removal of metal cladding on an exterior building and removal of paint on brick facade.
Okay, so in your packet is the application from Mr. Taylor, and he is here to speak with us also, and then he provided like a narrative, kind of walking through all the different items he would like to do. So remove all of the metal that is attached to the masonry on the front of the building. If there's any damage, masonry will be fixed in the most appropriate way for the original brickwork. And then the wood windows, these are windows that are either boarded up or old wood windows, we'd like to replace with vinyl windows that are dark brown in color. They would be replaced with a picture window or windows that have the seam in the middle and open up from the bottom. Window that has been damaged by the elements would be repaired or replaced and painted or stayed in the same color as the other windows. There are existing white vinyl windows on the second floor that would be primed and painted with the appropriate color. Primed and painted with the appropriate paint, the same color as the wood windows that he's proposing to replace. And then there is paint on the actual facade, the brick facade, along Temple Lane. And I would use some material or spray to remove the paint but not damage the masonry or joints. Or a type of paint or a type of tape that adheres to the paint and pulls it off to leave the brick exposed. So then there are several photos, so windows to be replaced, windows to be, or paint to be removed on the alleyway. So this is Temple Lane, that peach color that's on the first floor elevation. Some color samples were included. Example of the vinyl window that he would paint so that it doesn't have that kind of glaring white vinyl look and looks more like the wood windows that he's looking to replace. There's some original building photos to kind of give you what he's aiming for, and then an example of the metal. It's a whole, you're asking to take the whole like awning thing down, right?
Yeah, all the metal
Yeah,
has been
all of that
attached.
specialness, so. And this is current state of the building, trying to go back.
Do you have any idea what's
Yeah.
behind that at all?
Really exciting.
It's, I mean, I've peeked through and seen brick,
Mhm.
but it's hard to, I mean, I think it's the same thing they just put.
Yeah, just,
So some of the stuff's been removed, like there's like a balcony-like
Yeah, that
concrete
one.
thing
yeah,
that
and
they
you
took
can
off.
kinda, you
Oh,
can
they
see
took
like, you know, where they removed it, cause you can see the dirt and stuff on the,
Right.
or the discoloration of the brick there. But anyway, just trying to remove the 1970s elements that are currently existing, to try to get us closer to original, so.
Which is really cool.
Yes, it is.
So that is what is in front of you. Everybody got a copy of the design guidelines, so Ed, I will have you walk us through.
All right. So the first one is category brick, stone, and concrete. Buildings, brick exterior, walls, maybe structural. So load bearings. Brick or simply a brick veneer covering another structural material. Okay. So this is gonna be relative. Preservation of historical brick, stone, or concrete exterior walls. So I'm sure you're, like he stated in there. I'm just kind of, how is it fastened on there? Do you know how much work that's gonna, after you get it out of there, how much repair is gonna be needed?
I don't know. I mean, hopefully it's the type of thing where you can like put like a brick colored putty over any
Right.
anchors or
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I don't think it's too extensive because it's just a lot harder to damage. I mean, it's just easier to put anchors than
Right.
it is to like totally damage the brick.
okay, great. So, preservation of the, I'd say yes.
Yes.
Yes. 2, repointing with the same type of mortar used historically and only if needed, preserving original mortar if it remains in good condition. So is that kind of the idea, to preserve, because I heard, again,
Yes, and if it gets to be the point where I have to fix all the mortar, I need to be, I'd hire a mason to do that because I'm not
okay,
skilled on that.
cool. I would say yes. Leaving brick, stone, or concrete walls unpainted that were not painted historically. Brick masonry naturally has a water protective layer or patina to protect it from the elements. Painting can seal in moisture and prevent the brick from breathing. So we're taking the paint off, so that's exciting. So I would say yes. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay. 4, cleaning brick, stone, and concrete only if needed, and then with the gentlest methods possible. Research and test cleaning procedures before applying them. Low pressure water and detergent using bristle brushes is often effective. So you mentioned something you would spray on there that actually,
I'm not sure the best way to do it yet.
Okay.
I had a neighbor at the previous place I lived who there was a tape he put on it. And you roll it on and it adheres to the paint and then you rip it off. Pull it off. Rip it off sounds more.
yes.
And that seemed to work. I'd still need to investigate that. That's probably the hardest and be the last thing to try to remove that paint because it's. I imagine it might be hard to get off.
Yeah.
Or I think I talked to you before about like they do like some sort of walnut shell spray.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
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 blasting.
it's a blasting, yeah.
The soft, like a soft blast.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, it definitely have to do some tests to see on places to see if what would take it off without damaging stuff.
Okay. Perfect.
So do we think that it applies or yes or no?
I think it does apply, but I think basically you're into saving as much as you can of it, correct? Is that the idea? It's just making sure that you do the least amount of damage and, because that'd be our
Yeah.
concern.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's the best for everyone to leave it
Okay.
as intact as possible.
I would say yes. I think it applies, but I would say yes. Okay. Proper drainage to prevent water damage to brick, stone, or concrete masonry. Is there any issues right currently?
I don't think that applies
I
to
don't
this
think it
project.
applies. Okay.
Not
All right.
messing with that, right?
All right, metals. Metals were often used in historical buildings, particularly for ornamental elements such as columns and courses, there it is, and utilitarian features such as door and window hardware.
So I guess you guys need to decide if this applies or not, because he is removing metal, but I don't know that it would be considered an ornamental element of this particular building. It was an add-on, you know,
Probably in the 70s.
probably in the 60s or 70s, and it's a flat metal awning.
It's just
It's
removing
ugly.
it, so probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, the idea is to
can we,
remove it, but-
let's just agree, it's ugly, I love that he's taking it
Sorry,
off
I didn't say
there.
that.
Yeah, so,
So I guess you just need to decide if
let's,
this section applies
I
or.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm not seeing, let's say it doesn't apply.
Okay, cool, but not applicable for that section.
All right, C, wood. This might pertain to the wood on the windows. Historical wooden elements include doors, windows, sash, and sometimes window or siding.
I don't think that the existing windows.
Existing or
You have
vinyl.
windows as a separate category?
Yeah, windows are a
Yeah,
separate
okay,
category.
this say not applicable here.
So I don't know if wood would be applicable.
There was only the
I'd
little,
probably look at them more under just the window section.
yeah, cause there was like a little sash, I think. It'll be fine. Let's go ahead. D, design guidelines for historical building elements. Preservation of character defining historical features of the storefront and main facade, including display windows, bulkheads, entryway doors, transom lights, upper story windows, cornices, and parapets. I believe we're putting it back to the way it was, so I'd say yes. Everybody agree?
Agree.
Okay. If a storefront has been altered, restoration to the original design is no longer evident and the historical photographs are not available, a simplified interpretation of similar period storefronts is often acceptable. Removal of incompatible modern materials covering historical elements may be appropriate. And I think that's where we're at on this one. Everybody agree on that?
I agree.
Yes? If the altered storefront has acquired historical significance in its own right, preserving the altered storefront may be the most appropriate course of action.
I don't know that that applies.
I don't think it applies, no.
I can think of certain buildings in the downtown corridor that have been altered, but the way that they've been altered is now a thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that that applies to this particular case.
Not this case. Preservation of historical storefronts on secondary building facades. I don't think that applies
This
either.
isn't, yeah, they don't have to have secondary.
Okay. Windows, here we go. This section addresses windows other than display windows, generally situated on upper levels of a commercial building. Most historical windows of the 1880s to 1960s period are wood sash, although some later windows during this period are metal sash. Let's go to number 1, preserving the functional and decorative features of historic windows, including the sash, glazing, sills, moldings, hardware, and trim. Features too deteriorated to repair can be replaced in kind with the same size, type, and material. It does apply. From what I see that he's proposed to put in there,
So it's not the same material,
it's not the same material.
but he is doing
You
everything
make
he
it all
can to
match
make it
and.
You make
look
it, yes.
like the same material.
So,
So I would say, I'd say yes, just based on what I'm seeing in the pictures
Is
and what
that
he's
true?
proposed.
yeah,
Okay? Yes, everyone?
yes.
Okay. Preservation of historical window openings, particularly on highly visible primary facades. And he's not changing any of the openings, he's just replacing the windows, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Number 3, if replacement of historical windows is necessary, use of new windows that retain the appearance of the originals, particularly on high visible primary facades, is desirable. Matching the sash profile and materials is recommended. At a minimum, replacement windows should match the number and position of glass panes and be composed of materials that appear similar to the originals, which has all been addressed in the, okay?
I think that's
Yes.
definitely what we're looking at.
Mhm. Use of storm windows, particularly on the building interior, to enhance energy efficiency while preserving original historical windows. If the storm window is installed on the building exterior, matching the sash design and color of the original window is recommended.
It doesn't apply.
Doesn't apply.
No.
All right, doors.
I don't hopefully where it
Doesn't
doesn't get
apply,
worse
yeah.
this time.
Okay, roofs. This does not apply to this one either.
Awnings and canopies.
Awnings and canopies, this will apply. Cloth and sometimes metal awnings and canopies were common during the 1880s through 1960s period. Many awnings could be rolled, raised, or lowered, and they often sheltered the entire walkway in front of the building, while canopies were generally a rigid construction.
So he's removing
So he's
a
removing that.
canopy, but it's not historical.
Right. So is it applicable?
That's for you guys to decide.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's applicable, yeah, NA. Oh, okay, chimneys, not applicable. Balconies,
No balcony.
no plans to replace the balcony yet.
Yeah.
We gotta find out some grant funds. for
Yeah,
that part, right?
yeah, serious grant funds. Design guidelines for additions to historic buildings, no additions.
No.
Design guidelines for parking facilities, none of that applies. Design guidelines for new construction within the historical district, that does not apply as well, because there's no new construction. We're taking it out and restoring.
That's it.
Ta-da!
I move that we approve his certificate of appropriateness.
All right.
Okay, so we have a motion.
Yeah, got a motion? How about-
Second.
Yes.
This is a second.
All right, let's vote on that. Those who feel like we should approve this certificate of appropriateness, say aye.
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 Thank you. It looks like it's gonna be a nice to get
Yeah,
done.
thank you, sir.
Very much.
Appreciate all the work that you've already done, cleaning that up, and it's gonna be great, so thank you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Kevin, I'll email you the letter, okay?
So putting apartments in up there. Is that what he's doing?
No, I don't think that's his current plan, not for that building. I
I
don't think he's fully decided what he wants to do upstairs.
Yeah.
I think he's working on trying to get the outside to look better and clean some things up, and then he'll move forward with different ideas.
It's gonna look so cool. I'm so jacked that he's removing that facade, because it's been ugly for a long time. All right,
Next item of business.
old business. Historic Preservation Month proclamation and associated events.
Okay, so May 8th, which is this coming Monday at 6 PM, is a city council meeting. The mayor is doing the proclamation for Historic Preservation Month. If you are able to attend, I would like for you to attend. We're like the first or second item after, I think we're the second one because there's another proclamation going on also.
I'm sorry, is that the library?
Yes, it's at the library, in the upstairs meeting room. It starts at 6, so please be there at 6, because usually those first couple of items move, pretty quick. It's a pretty simple thing. He'll ask for whatever commissioners are there and myself to stand up. He reads the proclamation. Dennis also submitted like a letter, so either the mayor or the clerk or myself, someone will also read that letter. And they do the proclamation, they shake hands, they take some pictures, they give someone a plaque. That's the deal, and then you can all leave. So that's that, so please attend if you are able. And then Lorinda has been working on getting something set up in June at the library when they do their 10-year celebration.
It's June 12th at 4 o'clock.
June 12th.
It's a terrible time, but it's the only time they had left. When Dennis called him originally.
Yeah, so we're lucky that the library was willing to share their time with us. So
I
June
mean, they're
12th.
advertising, they're gonna put it in the magazine and online.
Yep, so they'll put some stuff out.
What is it for? Yeah. What are they gonna do?
Mr. Bush is gonna come and have a speech about the plaques and postcards is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, so Gary Bush is gonna do a little talk. We'll have the maps available. Fingers crossed that I have all the plaques up by then. I'm still waiting on getting the rest of them from Northwest Engraving. I'm hoping that'll happen beginning of next week. There's still a couple of building owners that have not responded to any of my attempts to contact them, so I still gotta work on that. But at least about a little more than half of them I have confirmed with people, and I will be able to set up a time for me and either the building official or my building inspector to go and do the epoxy and adhere them on the buildings, so. We'll get as many of them up before June 12th as possible. And that's kind of it. I turn in all of our grant paperwork next week. So I logged all the meetings that everybody attended. I've logged all of Leah's time. I've logged a majority of my time. There's a couple extra weird things that I have to do that I wasn't aware of. So we'll get those items done and everything submitted. So that's the update on that.
Letters.
Yes, and then Leah did, so I believe everybody here has signed the letters. We'll probably have to send them without Dennis's signature because he's out for at least 10 days between some conference thing and then I think he was going on vacation from that. But I think Greg can come see me tomorrow maybe and sign them and then I can pop them in the mail. So we have thank you letters to go to them. So that'll be good. And I think that's it.
All right. Commissioner comments?
Thank you guys for all your work on the plaques. I
Yeah,
think
they look
Yes,
really
thank you,
pretty.
yeah, very much.
It's been
So much
long.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Nobody
super,
let you
yeah.
leave.
Okay, lots of data
Yes,
entry, I
thank you.
know, so, thank you.
Yes, you did.
Gosh. Besides just being super excited about him ripping that metal off that.
Made your day.
It made my day. Like I just,
It's very
give me something to
exciting,
talk about
right?
all day.
Very exciting to see people
Um,
doing cool things with their buildings.
I don't have anything. Anybody else have anything you wanna share?
I will not be here at the next meeting, but like I can join remotely, but then I'll be here for that June 12th thing, cause I have another meeting I have to be here for that same week, so I'll be here for that at least.
If we have a Zoom option, would you be able to do a Zoom option?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Okay,
'cause I
super.
can't, yeah, of course.
Where do you live?
I'm from Boise,
Oh,
so I go
okay.
home for the summer, yeah.
But you can zoom in.
No, for sure, yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
that'd be
I'll
great.
make myself a note so I remember to
Okay.
have
Yeah,
my
and
to go to
then-
Zoom.
Yeah, for July, I'll be here for the July one, and then
Okay.
August as well, so.
Oh, nice. All
Super.
right.
Okay, so then, I did send out an email right before the meeting. I did receive an application yesterday. They would like for us to try to review it prior to the June 1st. We can't. But so I did send out some dates, so please look at your calendars, and respond to me if either of those two dates, and I think I gave 2 dates and 4 times. I would need to know by the end of today, because I would have to send that notice out today, to make those dates and times work. So if you can't, just say, no, I can't, and then I figure it out from there. But if you can, please let me know which one you can, and if I can get a quorum, then I will schedule a special meeting. Otherwise, regular meeting is June 1st. There is the potential for that application to go in that meeting if we can't confirm a quorum before that. I think that is it so far. Yeah, I think that's kind of it.
I'll be here June 1st.
You can be.
For the June 1st, I will be there for the city council thing. And I will check on the special meeting thing when I get back to the office, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I'll be here for the 8th also, and then
Cool.
I can zoom in on any of those times, cause I don't, it's summer.
Right, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, like,
You wanna walk?
no, I have
But
nothing
you
to
can,
do.
come down on Monday to the library and
What's that?
you're gonna come down on Monday to the library.
Yeah, like this
Awesome.
Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't leave till Friday, so.
Yeah, as many of you can get there, it'd be great.
Yep, I would love to have
So
as many
that'd be-
commissioners as possible.
Preaching to the choir.
Okay, if there's nothing else for the good of the order, you can ask for a motion to adjourn.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, so done. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Commissioner.